Hello, good evening, good morning, Sabona, wherever you are in the world today. This is Herman Vanika going to be taking you through his system here. So stay tuned, and I've got all the participants on mute. However, if you want to raise a question, raise your hand or sort of put a question in the question box. I'll happily take the question as we're going through. So let's get started. And I'm going to be taking you through a system that I've recently discovered in terms of making very big commissions. These commissions can be in the millions, 6-7 figures per annum. So stay tuned. You'll see on the bottom there I've got all my contact details. There's multiple mechanisms to get hold of me, and if you want to get hold of me, you can try through LinkedIn, Skype, Twitter. I've got a new website under construction. I've shifted from the old one, and my mobile number or email address. So I'm going to be taking you through this business model and explaining to you what is in for you. So this is a system that's paid out in excess of 35 million US dollars in commissions since roughly the end of 2012. The commissions are in the order of, there's some smaller items in terms of $44, but the sort of real commissions you're interested in is the 1,250, 3,300, 5,500, and there's a 10,000 commission, which is paid into your bank without you having to do any direct sales yourself. So you do indirect sales, you find traffic, and that's all you have to do. But you don't have to do any sales yourself or closing of the deals yourself. So I'm going to be revealing this system to you. So for those that stay tuned to this, there are some bonuses at the end of this, which I'll be handing out to you. So please stay until the end, and you'll get a lot of value from the session. So what are we going to be covering in tonight's webinar? This is what we're going to be covering. We're going to be covering in what is affiliate marketing, because a lot of online businesses rely on something called affiliate marketing. And I'll be speaking to you what affiliate marketing is and what the implications are. And I'll be covering what the aspects of affiliate marketing are. And certainly those that have been in any sort of online business will understand the sort of problems associated with online marketing, and I will be covering those issues with you, and what I will then do is give you a system that works for you. So this is a proven system, it works for you, and all you've got to do is follow the system and the process, and you'll be getting the similar commissions. So I'll be offering you some social proof, some people that I've known personally, that I've met personally, that are now my close friends that are making this sort of money. So I'm happy to sort of share that information with you, and at the end I'll be offering you some bonuses for those that stay to the end of this sort of webinar. So who am I to teach you? Well, I'm the sort of good looking chap on the right hand side over there. The guy on the left hand side is a guy called Matt Lloyd, and he's a young man. He's 28 years old. He's made over 70 million US dollars in commission, and he only made that or from his business, and he only made that since the latter part of 2012. Prior to that, Matt had struggled in online marketing for about 2 years, not making a single cent. Not a single cent, but he was so determined and so focused on what he wanted to do, and he's built these systems and the processes that we can leverage now. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. First of all, my name is Herman Vanika. I'm an engineer by background. I'm a mechanical industrial engineer. I work as a business consultant, and more than anything else, I consider myself a systems thinker. Early in my career, I was trained in these sort of systems thinking processes, the Valtazane, and many other different processes. I did a lot of reading on the subject. And I would consider myself a very good systems thinker and a process person. So, when I'm ever looking at something, I'm looking at what is the implications of the system. How's the system working? What's the process? and I'm always looking and being deeply analytical about how things have been done. And therefore, when I'd started out in internet marketing probably October 2014. I went to a seminar, signed up for a course. We did a course where I can get everything done for free. I didn't have to spend any money on marketing. I didn't have to spend any money on advertising or anything like that. And I struggled for a couple of months, just messing around in trying, going off the next and brightest shiny thing to try and actually make some money online. Um, I'm grateful for having done that, because what it did is it enabled me to build a foundation in terms of my social media presence, but I hadn't managed to put the whole thing together. And that's where I came across Matt and his system, and I think it's a brilliant system, and I'd encourage you to take action today, have a look at the system, and see what it's in for you. Thirdly, I'm a father of four young men, boys ranging between 23, 21, 18 and 15. And I realize some of the challenges that young people face in today's economy and in today's world. They are just bombarded with things that, how do they make decisions? They're bombarded with social media, they're bombarded with TV, they're bombarded with adverts, they're bombarded with so many different things. And I'm really aware of what the implications are for young men. So, being a dad, I've looked for ways for my sons to leverage the internet and actually make money on the internet, as opposed to sort of wasting their time on things that just consume time and add little value. And I think we've all seen lots of people that are so consumed in social media, so consumed in sort of their virtual world, that they lose sight of the reality. And really, I've just kind of said, well, this is a huge opportunity, because these people are just looking for something, and instead of wasting time on these social media platforms, I've actually said, how can we leverage this to actually make some money? Those that know me personally, I'm a friend, I'm a mentor, I'm a coach. I love to help people, and I love to work with people. I love having fun. And certainly working with Moab and all of its partners, I can absolutely vouch for them. I've just come back from Borneo, Kuta Kinabalu, Malaysia, with a fantastic resort, the Shangri-La Razaria, and I sort of networked with all of these people up there, and it was an absolutely fantastic event. And this is part of what you get with joining an organization like this. You get these opportunities to go to these exotic places, meet the best minds in the industry, have a lot of fun, and while having fun, making some money on the line, and live the lifestyle that you ultimately want to live. Live the lifestyle that you can spend time with your family and your loved one, and you can choose when you want to work and when you don't want to work, and where you want to work and how much you want to work. So that's really why I'm in it. Personally, I've invested a lot of time in my education in terms of online marketing. I've spent in excess of 60,000 US dollars in my education, traveling around the world, traveling to places, buying courses, working with mentors in terms of understanding this. Because believe me, when you start in this, it is an absolute minefield. You'll be thrown so many bright and shiny things, and you've got to really be focused and kind of say, well, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to sort of leverage my time and my effort. And I have invested a lot. Since October, I spent 60,000 US dollars in the systems and processes, and I don't regret it for a moment. Not for a moment do I regret spending that money, and I'll make that money 500 times back in the long term. I've always been a person that's being quite cognizant of investing my time in education and learning. And well, if you're going to be in the internet marketing space, well, you may as well go and learn from the best and greatest, because this is really what it is. You can spend years trying to figure out the stuff for yourself, or you can go and find the best in the market, and you can actually go and work with them, and you can accelerate your learning curve dramatically. And that's what I've done. As I said, I've traveled to just come back 2 weeks ago from Kuta Kinabalu, Malaysia, and I spent 2 weeks with Matt and his team. It was a brilliant event. I highly recommend that. It's part of what you get as you work through the process. And those 2 weeks, it was hard work, but it was good fun too. We had an absolutely fabulous time. There was probably about 150, 200 people at the event. First of all, we spent 3 days in a conversion summit. Then we spent 6 days in a platinum summit, where we had some of the brightest minds in the world come and talk to us about investing, making money, mindset, what you've got to do in order to make this sort of money. And then I spent personally with Matt. There was 5 of us with Matt and his team in a deep immersion program to figure out what he's doing. And the interesting about Matt, he's a really bright person. And the one thing I've learned about any of the successful people in internet marketing is they have no problem spending money to go and get the greatest information. Matt has just spent, I think, £18,000 with an eccentric billionaire, $50 billion, in his mansion in Scotland, where as Matt puts it, he's been abused for the last 9 days in terms of how he can focus his business and how he can leverage. So if Matt's doing this and Matt's kind of sort of doing that, this is the sort of model that you do. You go and find from the best and greatest, you go and learn from them, and then you take action and put it in place yourself. So as I said, I've just come back from the Platinum Mastermind. I couldn't. It is one of the best things that have happened. Incidentally, I took all 4 of my young sons along, and it opened up their eyes to a lot of things in the world, because I think in many ways we're conditioned to the social norms of education and work, and you need a job in order to get somewhere, and you just need to think outside the box. And it certainly, I could see the sparkle in some of my son's eyes, just thinking, hell, there's a different way of doing things. And for that, I think there was a fantastic thing. So let's get on to the content of the session. So in tonight's content, I wish to talk about something called affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is what you try and do when you're in internet marketing, or what you're taught to do when you start out in internet marketing. So everyone tells you, well, basically what you need to do is establish a web page. You need to establish a squeeze page, and for those that don't know what a squeeze page is, where you get somebody's name and email address, and then you can start emailing the individual, and you put offers to them on a very regular basis. You also build a sales funnel, and a sales funnel is a set of products that you can actually offer them. But if you don't have your own products, you then go and source products from alternative places. Now, the websites that you can go and source these products from, there's literally thousands of the websites, but the big websites is a website called Jazoo. If you go into Jazoo, you can do a search around there, and you'll find literally thousands of affiliate products that you can go and put in your websites, go and put in your sort of branding, go and put in your sort of advertising material that you can go and offer to your potential prospects. Another really big sort of website, and I'm sure you've all heard of that in terms of affiliate marketing, is ClickBank. All right, very similar. I think ClickBank is the biggest one. Another huge one is Amazon.com. So Amazon.com really works in some ways an affiliate marketing thing. So people are able to sell Amazon products through their own website. So they capture the details of somebody looking for how to make a pumpkin head at Halloween, and somebody does a search to come to their website, and it redirects them to Amazon.com. And there's a book for you for $10 or something on how to carve out a pumpkin at Halloween time, and you make a huge percentage of that commission. Okay, But therein lies the problem. You know, a lot of these products are very low value in items. So even though it might be $10, $20, $30, let's say, or $50, and you might even be getting 90% of their commission, and most of these products are in the sort of, you know, $10 to $25. And they are obviously more higher value products, but the commissions, and you're getting 90% of that commission, but you've got to make a lot of sales in order to generate sort of, you know, thousands of dollars income per month. So if you're looking to sort of supplement your income, let's say $5,000, $10,000, just do the math yourself, and you can figure out how many sales that you would need to make in order to generate that sort of income. You know, I was sold on the fact that if you get into affiliate marketing, you can go and sort of promote products like Tony Robinson, and you know, the power and what have you in his conferences. And you know, basically I was told that you can get up to $600, you know, $900 on the ticket, because you sell the ticket for $1,500 and you make, you know, a significant portion of that ticket. But when you actually try and do it, nobody's interested in letting you do that, because you don't have a proven record in affiliate marketing yet. So you've really got to sort of start off and spend many years in the trenches at the low end, sort of making these low product items, or trying to sell these low product items through your systems and processes. And this can be very frustrating. You know, there's a lot of problems with affiliate marketing. There's, you know, in order to become an Amazon affiliate, you've got to do certain things and meet certain criteria. They don't just take anybody. They look at your blog, they look at your website, and they see your track record, they see the number of people subscribed to your blog. And you know, if you don't have a significant following as yet, they just reject you. So then you've got to go and look at the other products where, you know, you can get in and you get approval, but it becomes very, very hard. And again, you're just flooded with thousands of shiny objects, but you don't know where to begin to start. You know, the commissions are very poor. It relies on cookies and banners and a whole lot of different things, and it's not easy. I can tell you that now, it's not easy. Number one problem is they are low ticket items. They're really low ticket items. For the bulk majority, you do get some very high earning affiliate marketing ticket items, such as selling world cruises, and you can make up to $5,000. But believe me, you're going to spend, yeah, a good part of 2 years, as Matt Lloyd himself did, before he makes his first commission and figure out what he was doing wrong. You need to sell thousands of these low ticket items in order to make any significant revenue. So if you're looking to make yourself, you know, an extra $5,000 a month, and you're only making $10 on an item, do the math for yourself and figure out how many items you've got to sell in order to make an additional $5,000 a month. Problem is it takes exactly the same effort in selling the high ticket item products as it does for the low items. So in order to sell, for me to sell a product of $1,250, where I'm getting that sort of commission, it's exactly the same effort as somebody trying to sell a product where they're making $9 commission. And the nice thing about it, once I've got somebody into the pipeline, I'm automatically in line for the commissions of the 3,300, the 5,500, and the 10,000 as they sort of go up the sort of sales funnel. With the product that I'm going to be presenting to you, this is not affiliate marketing. So the other thing with affiliate marketing is you get absolutely no support. So you know, you're looking at ClickBank, you're looking at Jayzoo, they flood you with webinars and stuff, and you get completely. But you need support. You need somebody to hold your hand and say, Herman, this is how you're going to do it, or whoever, this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to work together. The support there they got the mechanisms for computerized support, but they don't have the mechanisms for sort of really supporting you as a member and actually getting you up to speed. And what I can tell you about the system that I'm going to offer is that they have those mechanisms. For the high ticket items, you know, I refer to the selling of cruises. You've got to get on the phone and close big deals. So once you've actually got the people and you've got them interested, you physically have to get on the phone and close those deals. Okay. You don't have to do it for the smaller ticket items. It's not necessary for that. But for the big sales, you've got to close those deals. There's no tech support, so you know, if you're technically challenged, as some of us are, you really, you know, how do you get by with sort of, you know, running webinars? How do you get by with sort of, you know, setting up WordPress, a blogger? How do you capture a squeeze page? All of those sort of things. If you don't have the tech support, you actually really struggle, and it's very frustrating. But I never gave up. I saw the opportunity, and I just kept on plugging away at this, and with in mind that I was going to tweak it, and you know, it was going to come right. I could figure out what I was doing, but then I came across a system that really works, and that is a system called My Top Tier Business. Now, this is the entry level product for Matt Lloyd. It's a 21-step training program that has taken many of his members to, excuse me, 5 to 6, 7 figures online, and he explains in this program how he can do exactly the same for you. Okay, I've done those 21 steps. I've done all the programs there. It's a great system. I can, you know, vouch for that. Let me just take you through. So I'm actually logging in onto my system here. You can see that's my account there. For that, I've gone through those 21 steps. The 21 steps, I get a personal business coach that helps me. He's a friend of mine now. We had a great time in KK with him and his wife, and it was a, you know, excellent time we had there. The steps that we sort of go through, you can see the steps. It takes you very slowly and systematically through understanding what is required. Okay. Yeah, I won't go through the details of each one of these things, but you can kind of get an idea what it's about. So it explains about how you can actually sort of go to this initially through the sales funnel and be able to sell high ticket value. So instead of selling the low ticket value of sort of $9 or $14, you can be selling products of $30,000, and you can be getting commission of $10,000. All right, and it's a done for you system. You just got to get people into the sales funnel, and that's with a very simple process. Excuse me, got a bit of a cold there. So right. So the next process that we've got there is what many marketers do, and I was doing the same thing, is pouring money down the wrong place. They were pouring money down into sort of the wrong channels and what have you. You can spend a fortune and you have no idea. You have no way of measuring it until you can kind of figure out and explaining what is actually generating your revenue, what is bringing the income into you. Most importantly, I think the most important thing that I've done over the last 6 to 9 months is worked on mindset. I know some of my colleagues at work think I'm a little bit deranged at times because I do the things that I do, but my mindset is very clear. I am going to make a lot of money, and I'm very clear about that. I'm not going to let anything get in my way or think about doing that. And you know, in order to do that, I've got to actually sort of break free of this. And a lot of what we did in KK was to work on mindset, and a lot of the stuff that we do in this program is to work on mindset. I'll give an example. There's a book, and I can't remember what the book is. I think it's Napoleon Hill, uh, uh, Grow Rich, where we've all got a financial thermometer, and I've seen it in hundreds of people. Yeah, money attracts you, all right, and there's people, no matter how hard they earn and no matter what they do, they've never got money, all right? And you earn the average of your 5 friends around you. I can guarantee you that statistically, you earn the average of the 5 friends around you. So the people you keep around closest around you is your average income. That is a statistical figure. And the other thing with this is we all got this thermometer in ourselves. So if we get too much money, those people that have got a thermometer that we should only have so much money, somehow they find a way to actually get rid of that money. And I've seen this in many, many, many people in my lifetime, where they get a whole lot of money coming in, and for whatever reason they just manage to sort of dissipate that money. And so a lot of what is done, and what a lot you need to focus on if you're going to take this business seriously, is mindset. And this program offers a lot in terms of mindset and what you should be doing in terms of breaking that cycle and changing the mindset so that you have got the millionaire mindset. Okay. Um, you know, my top tier business is a franchise model, and we know that 85% of franchise models succeed, where 90% of other businesses fail. It's just known. So franchise businesses, 85% of them succeed. 90% of businesses that start without a franchise fail within the first 5 years. And of those, the remaining, the rest of the 90% fail in the next 5 years. So you're buying into a system and a process that works. Remember, I'm a systems and process person, so I always look at things in that light, and you're buying into system and process. Use the system, use the process, and it will work for you. The next thing that you do is you look at the franchise model, what it does. Then you look at selling license programs. So this is what you then begin to do. You've got a built-in product line. And that's the other huge problem that I had. When I first started in this, my coach and mentor said, well, you're going to go and develop your product. And I work in the area of SAP and worked in that space for many years. And I was going to develop a whole lot of SAP products. However, that could have happened, and it may have taken me a long time to get there. However, I've already got a product line built in for me, and I've got a product line that works and sells. So, while I'm establishing my own product line and figuring those things out, I just take the system and the process and sell that product line using the methods and processes that have been taught to me. And when I've sort of mastered that, I can then sort of say, well, okay, maybe I can add my own product line into this marketplace. And very interestingly, Matt's latest concept is building a MOB marketplace, where he's going to have all of his products and affiliate products there, but you're also able to then go and put your products into that marketplace. So if you're a specialist in one particular area and you've got a niche in that area, you can build a product and you can go and sell that product in that area. You get expert support in order to make you help you succeed. You get paid very quickly within MOB, so you get paid twice a month within MOB. It's paid directly into your e-wallet. It can be paid anywhere in the world you want to get paid. How the commissions work, so it talks about the commissions, how you can get extra commissions. And the other thing that I think is fantastic and really is very innovative of Matt is the MOB motor. So with all you need to do to qualify for a MOB motor is you need to get a certain amount of points, and you need to sell, I think it's 3 sort of titanium members, and then you already qualify for that, and you get an amount to go lease a motor of your vehicle. And initially when Matt started this, he started this out with a Mercedes, and he was kind of branding Moab with Mercedes, but a lot of his sort of members said, look, hey, I don't want a Mercedes, I want a Jaguar, I want a Lamborghini, I want an aeroplane, I want a boat. So it's now called the Moab Motor Program, and you can take whatever you want to with your sort of lease amount and go and lease a car, and Moab pays it for you. You get a sales team to close. So a lot of people hate making phone calls. And it's a specific art in terms of closing sales. Not everybody can do it. A lot of people can mess up sales in terms of if you're not trained in that area, you can mess the sales up, and you can sort of all you got to do is find the people, get them into the system. The sales team will then sort of close the sales for you, and then you make the commissions of 1,200, 3,300, 5,500, and there is a bigger commission of $10,000 odd. Gives you tips on how to build your Moab business, how to make 5 times more additional money. So what you got to do with that? Goal setting, how to create faster helping hands, and productivity tests. I'm incidentally now starting to outsource a lot of my work into the Philippines, using an outsourcing company. So I figured out how to do sort of things. I've systemized it, and now I need to get this and get people that I'm paying $8 an hour to actually run the business systematically, and I can focus on the strategy and where I'm taking the business, my own business, and these people can focus on just doing the sort of the manual repetitive work which is involved in internet marketing. So autoresponders, emailing, dealing with sort of returns or what have you, all of those things that happen in a normal business. I'm not going to do that. I value my time way too much to do that. So I've got the process and systems in place. I now get that outsourced through a outsourcing company in the Philippines, and through Moab, they facilitated that for me too. How do I get traffic? What your goal is once you join Moab and my top tier business is to generate traffic. So you generate traffic, and it teaches you what to do. Again, in terms of what are the opportunities, and then how to manifest success in your life. And again, success is about mindset. So if you've got the right mindset and you hang around with the right people, success happens to you. You're as successful as the people you hang around with, and your income is your 5 closest friends. Yours is the average of that. So how do you sort of manage success in your life, and the people that you want to attract into your life that is going to make a positive contribution? So really, it's a fantastic program. I would encourage you to sort of look at this and get on board, take action, get off your rusty dusty, and have a look at this. So that there was a sort of a quick step through the 21 steps on the My Top Tier Business. It you can take 21 days to do it, but you can do it in 10 days. I wouldn't do it in less than 10 days, because you want to take the time. You want to take the time to think. You want to take the time to absorb. You don't want to necessarily rush through it. And Matt gives you a couple of exercises to do, and take it on board with the right attitude, because it's really good stuff. Now, what I'm seeing over here, I'm just want to get that here quickly. Sorry. Is whoops, having a bit of a malfunction there. The commissions. So this is an actual commission of one of the affiliates. He's one of the top earners in Moab. A guy called John. He is the world's best blogger. He works in multiple online marketing businesses. His most successful is Moab, and you can see his account in September. So for a period of 6 days, he made $20,000 US. It's an average of $2,800 US per day. And those that understand the lingo in the industry, that's an average of $32 earnings per click. So each click that he's getting, that he's generating sort of traffic from, or through Facebook or what have you, he's making $32 off. That's a very, very good ratio in terms of making money. Okay. How do you get started? Well, if you want to sort of get the big paydays and start making similar money, making commission checks of 1,250, 3,300, 5,500, etc. You need to sort of, sign up with me today, and we can get started. I've given you many contact details to get hold of me. Typically, I would use it through my online website. Unfortunately, that I have switched it. I have switched the domain name and all of those things. So I've got the new one under construction. It should be done shortly, but in the meantime, drop me a line and I'll get you started, and I'll give you a link and you can get started. The product is only $49. So today you sign up for the product, you get it for $49. So my top tier business, the 21 steps, you get it for $49. If you're not happy with the product within 30 days, you get a full refund, no questions asked. So you've got 30 days to go through the product at your leisure. If you're unhappy, at the end of, before the end of 30 days, you say, I want a refund, you get the full product, you get your full $44 back. Not only that, Matt personally guarantees you that he'll give you $500 if you don't make money following the steps. So that is a really good sort of offer. I'd encourage you to sort of take it up. It's real. So here I'm going to give you some social proof, and so here's me with this very good-looking young lady on the left-hand side. Elaine, she's actually from the Philippines, and she was so not the Philippines, from Indonesia. She was based in Sydney, Australia. She had a corporate job. I don't know how young she is, but she's in her early 20s, I would guess. She lost her job in Sydney. She committed herself to a whole lot of expenses, and had no income, and was very financially committed, and she was also supporting her family back in Indonesia. So Adelaide took action. She signed up with MTTB, and within the space of a year, she has made her first 6 figures. Within 1 year, she's made $100,000. For a young lady in her early 20s, $100,000 is a significant amount. But you'll hear from Adelaide when I'm going to get her to talk now, is she's not going to stop there. She's going to be $1 million figure per year in no short time. Excuse me. So I'd encourage you to listen closely to what Adelaide's got to say. As I said, me and Adelaide are now good friends, and you can hear what Adelaide's got to say. So let's hear. Let's play that now. If you can't hear me,
good afternoon. I'm here today with Adeline Sugiento from Indonesia. She spent a lot of time in Sydney as well. And you're one of the recent 6-figure earners in Moab. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. You want to let us know what your secret is?
So my secret is just basically to find a coach that can help me take to the next level, and also to find the right system, because a lot of people fail online because they know how to generate traffic. They can bring people in front of the offer, but the problem is that the offer itself most of the time is not very high converting. Like the sales funnel is not
I've been there,
efficient. So that's why people feel like this whole thing is like this whole internet marketing thing is a scam or it doesn't work. But yeah, not many people actually realize that the secret to success is actually finding a system that converts. And yeah, and Mob is one of the highest converting system that I have ever seen. So although I was really new when I started, and in 1 year, because I focus on the right activity, which is just generating traffic and having Mob to take care of all the conversion part, I leveraged the system. So in my first year, I was able to make six-figure income from scratch. So I would say, having the right coach, mentor, and having the right system that highly converts are the two main secrets to my success.
And what is your goal for the coming year?
My goal is to increase my income by 10x. Always aim high. If you don't like land on the moon, you will like fall like on the stars. It's yeah. So basically, I'm gonna take my income to the next level, and I'm also inspired to help as many people as I can, and I'm sure like that's what Herman is for, right?
Absolutely.
Herman is one of the most genuine guy, and he invested a lot in his education, so he really knows what he's talking about, and he has the heart to help other people achieve the same results and same success. So yeah, I really highly recommend to contact Herman if you're interested in building an online business, and if you're looking for someone who's able to help you and be there for you to take your business to the next level and achieve the lifestyle that you desire. So.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Adeline.
You're welcome. Yeah. See you guys.
All right, good. That was Adeline. As I said, I'm going to be doing some work on the weekend with Adeline. She's a great person to work with, and here's another guy I want to introduce you to. Now, this young man is Shakir Hussain from I think he's from the east end of London. I don't know London any well, but sort of very modest family upbringing in London. His dad wanted him to get an education and get $10,000 per year, and he would have been very happy with Shakir. And Shakir said no, he's not going to do that. He dropped out of university and he started his own online business. He's only 26 years old, but this young man is making in the order of 500 to 600,000 US dollars per month. That's right, you heard me correctly, 500 to 600,000 US dollars per month, and all he's doing is following this process and system. He's got his own style, his own uniqueness, but he's following the system, and he's making that sort of money. I spoke earlier about Matt going off to this castle in Scotland. Well, Shakir joined Matt in the castle in Scotland and was also wearing a kilt in the last couple of days. I've seen a whole lot of photos of Matt and Shakir in the kilt. He quite protested to go into the kilt, but anyway. So let's hear what Shakir's got to say and what he's doing in terms of his business.
G'day, I'm here with Shakir Hussain from London, the UK, and we're at the Kuta Kinabalu immersion session. And you're a six-figure a month earner, $500,000 a month. What is your secret?
I just like to say it really comes down to being good looking. No, I'm just kidding. Listen. No, so, I get this question a lot. So, hey, my name is Shakir Hussain. I'm from London, UK, and I'm 26 years old, and I'm very grateful and very blessed to generate millions of dollars on the internet and hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. Now, when it comes down to, what's the secret, there's not really one secret. There's multiple secrets, but I'll give you one of the best ones. And one of the best ones is the most effective ones is to find systems that are working right now. And they could be coaching systems, they could be mentorship systems, they could be programs, they could be high converting sales funnels in the marketplace that's working really well. Obviously, we just wrapped up a workshop where I was speaking at, and I wanted to share with you one of the highest converting systems in the marketplace right now called the MTTB system. And it's a system that's designed to give you $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 commissions completely without having to do any personal selling. And it's a system that I've been able to use to generate over $1.8 million. and I'm really excited to share this with as many new people as we can. So myself and Herman, we are basically sharing this message to serious entrepreneurs that are looking to create change, looking to create results. And so if that fits you, and if you desire to create a full-time income on the internet, listen, this is very important. This is something that you should take action on right now. So click on the link below and get started working with us. That's it. Bye for now.
Excellent. Thank you. Bye-bye. Cheers. Thanks.
Bye, man. Bye.
Brilliant.
All right. There you go. That was Shakir, and as he said, you know, you want to sort of take action, reach out, get started today. Don't leave it. You know, those that take action get rewarded. Those that sit by get nothing. So what do you receive if you're enrolled with me today? Well, I've put a whole lot of packages together, and first of all, if you sign up today and you sign up under the program, I will offer you a half hour of my time consulting on Skype. Okay, I value my time as an internet marketer. There's invested very heavily in myself, of at least $1,200 per hour, and I will offer you free of charge. If you sign up with me today, half an hour on Skype where we can go through a one-on-one consulting. Plus, I'll offer you my ebook co-authored with Matt in terms of how to make money on the internet. And basically, you sign up with that, you get this ebook for free. Plus, for those that take action and sort of want to make a difference for their loved ones, I will be creating 5 webinars, how-to webinars. So these are going to be for only those that take action and sign up. And these 5 how-to webinars will take you through what needs to be done in terms of setting up a squeeze page, setting up a sort of forms page. What do you got to do? Where do you go? How do you go and do it? But yeah, a couple of topics. I haven't done these as yet. They will be staggered over the next couple of weeks. But for those that take action, they will have access to these webinars, and this is valuable training that you can sort of begin to leverage your business with. The value to yourselves is, if you sign up today, I reckon that this program is not worth $49. It's worth at least $500 to you. Okay. The sort of level of training that you get there in terms of getting you started. If you've been around this business for a while, you realize that you can easily spend $3,000 just on some training, and what you're getting in this particular training gets you started very rapidly, and I would put a conservative value on that of at least $500. On top of that, you get a half-hour consultation with myself. I'm only offering that to the first 10 only, of worth $600. Okay, so basically, I'll take you through a one-on-one sort of, you know, we'll hook up on Skype and we'll deal with some of your specific questions and get you started in some areas. I'll share screens with you, and you know, we can get started that way. You also get an ebook on internet marketing worth at least $100, and my webinar for those that registered today is worth, you know, each one of those webinars, 5 of them would be at least $2,500. So in a total package for signing up for $49, you get an equivalent value of $3,700. So my call to you is to take action today, get started. You know, the sooner you get started, the sooner you'll begin to get the results that Adeline, Shakir, and myself will be getting, and you'll be being able to generate this sort of income. Not only that, to me, it's a lifestyle, because what I'm doing now, I'm living a lifestyle that I want to live. So I'm traveling to, just come back from Kinabalu. I could go to Mexico in September. Just with my other work that I've got at the moment, it would be a little bit difficult to go to Mexico, but I'm definitely going to Singapore for a week in September, and then I'll be going for 2 weeks to Thailand in December, all with Mo, all through the program. And what I'm doing is it's tax-free because I'm using it. This is my business. This is what I focus on. So take action today. Sign up. If you've got any questions, please put up your hand on the internet. I'm happy to take your questions, type your questions in, but take action. Those that take action get rewarded. Is there any questions there? All right, with that, I will be closing off the webinar. You've got my details. Those that get hold of me within the next 24 hours, I will be providing those bonuses, provided they meet the criteria that I've stipulated over there. Happy to sort of take you on board. And guys, this is $49, money back guaranteed in the first 30 days if you're not welcome. This is a no-brainer to me. Take action. Thank you. Good night.